When I think about my life, the events, the challenges, and I guess sort of the rebound, there's almost too many of them to tell the story, but there's several that really, really are defining. The first one is meeting Sonia. And I had been married, sadly, twice before, and my personal life was a bit of a mess. So meeting Sonia was a very calming, cool influence. And she had this wonderful little son, Ian, who I got to adopt and raise, who's now my son. The second biggest one was professionally. I started a business kind of blindly. Love to say I was a brilliant entrepreneur, but I was more of an idiot who just took a chance, started this business in 1996, I believe, and then took on some partners. And unfortunately, one of the partners turned out to have severe, deep personal problems and personal issues. So we did many rounds of trying to help him with therapy and different treatments. And ultimately, we were forced to terminate him more than a dozen years ago. And it was extremely painful because I had tried to help him. He was my best friend, and he litigated. So we went through a very difficult partnership breakup. I learned about being a business owner. I learned about shares and valuations, how to really protect business owners. And then the third one was that after I had built the firm to where it was very substantial, predominantly in Pennsylvania, we decided that being in Tampa, Florida, which had been our second home for decades and where my family is, that was really where we wanted to have the impact. So we divested of the majority of our Pennsylvania business and committed seriously and deeply to reopening and rebranding in the state of Florida. And I'd love to say that all of these were magical, but it was one hell of a painful journey, worth every second. Change has been a big theme in my life. I've had lots of it, somewhat unknowingly, somewhat stupidly, but as I think about this, I had two personal divorces throughout my life. I didn't go to college. I had this white picket fence beginning from 0 to 14. I lived in this perfect life in this perfect farm town of Pennsylvania, perfect parents, perfect kid, artist, athlete, and then bam, my father got a job offer in Los Angeles and off we went. So I spent the next 7 years making really bad life decisions. So I teach my son to this day, don't make bad life decisions like your dad. Coming out of that period, because I didn't go to college, that was really rebound and transformation number one. I finally got lucky and got a large insurance and investment firm, national firm, to hire me, despite no college education. And I just worked really hard, didn't drink or date for 3 years, just worked and worked and worked, educated myself as best I could, and then ended up, they offered me a position back in Pennsylvania, and I took it. Ended up leaving and starting a firm that was really more fiduciary based around the client. So that was transformation number two. And then the partner that I founded the firm with, turns out we were a good 10 years into the partnership, really good guy, elevated me in the sense that he was a financial wizard, compliment to me, but he had some personal issues, so we had to terminate him. And then we went through 3 years of litigation. This is after trying to help this gentleman do the right thing. And so that forced me once again to step up, take control, because I had been kind of afraid to. And I took control. And at that point, there was a transformation where Sonia, my wife and now business partner, came into the firm. And wow, we just elevated. So having her, she's a financial whiz. So having her acumen and her compliment to me. And then the fourth really big one was a short time ago, we decided to divest of the firm that we built in Pennsylvania for 30 years. And that was challenging because we wanted to be in Tampa where our families were full-time, not part-time. But you're relaunching a whole new life 30 years in. So what we found, though, is the Tampa community has been amazingly receptive. So that was an easier transition in that sense. Our lives have really blossomed here. I think about reemergence and coming out of these difficult times and the turmoil. And I was insecure professionally for quite a number of years, insecure because I didn't go to college, I didn't have the right degrees and designations. And in the wealth management family office business, there's Harvard types and there's all of these people with these designations. And I had to grind it out. And so there was a certain amount of insecurity. Now, what I discovered, though, is that caused me to want to over-deliver. So my professional life for the last 20 years, we've been giving away diamonds at a carat price. And I say carats, I mean CARROTS. So what we've really done is I've turned that into a strength. I realize it's my creative and entrepreneurial part of me. I used to love to paint when I was young. I want to point out pictures, not houses. It was very creative. So once I let go of the fact that I needed to be the smartest technical planner on the planet and realized that I had a lot to bring to the table through this creative vision and quite frankly, disruptive, I really have been disappointed in my industry and how it takes care of business owners who deserve this protection. We view ourselves as the guardians of the capital of the United States' most productive citizens, the small and medium-sized business owner. They create the jobs, the healthcare, the taxes, the stability. So the journey for me was really about bouncing back, being resilient, and growing into that entrepreneur and that disruptor. Having said that, I can honestly say I hope to hell I don't have to be so resilient in the future. So when I ponder again, how has this impacted my career, the wealth management and family office industry? And here is the harsh reality, but I love it. I have become them. I am that business owner. I am that person who has faced great hurdles and overcome them. I'd love to say it was an epiphany. That'd be a lie. It was a 35-year journey. And so I literally have become them. So I've become extremely passionate about defending our clients. It's a big theme at our firm. And we'll talk about the circle of vultures in that context. The wealthier the client becomes, the business owner becomes, the target on their back becomes bigger. And so they need defended. And so we talk about the circle of vultures. Unfortunately, that can come from either inside the fort, a family member, friend, golf buddy, or outside the fort. Unfortunately, when it comes from outside the fort, it's usually my industry, trying to sell them a product, a service, or a fund that they just don't need. So I am them. I wish someone had defended me along the way. What resonates with me? What resonates with me that might inspire the clients or inspire, these families we protect? One of them is that we are known for taking on their problems and concerns as if they are our own. It's very personal, and that's a theme at the firm. So we become known for that. And maybe that goes to my insecurities about over-delivering, but it's a culture where we treat each other as extended family and we treat the clients as extended family. Not family, extended family. It's a little bit different, but that culture is deeply embedded in everybody who works for us. And it's something that's extremely important to me to give these clients leadership. We like to say advice informs, but leadership transforms. So this journey has led me to a place where I want to protect them, be the guardians for them, but also give them leadership and the most cutting edge, innovative strategies and tools that are available to them.